Okay, so in the previous video, we did a review of the front end of White Eagle. So in this second video, we are going to be reviewing the back end and doing on-chain analysis of this particular project. So without wasting of time, let's go straight to it. Okay, so let's go straight to the second part of White Eagle review. All right, so on the website, there are some things I noticed from the homepage. Right, like I said, I am analyzing what I'm seeing and not just what people say. All right, so there are some things I'm seeing from the homepage. On the homepage, they say something like white paper not available. You can see white paper coming soon. So there is no white paper for this particular project, no white paper yet. That's what the website says. So a real project launches with a white paper first, not later, because if there is a white paper, the white paper will explain the technology of that particular project. The white paper will explain the token utility. The white paper will explain the economics and the governance of that particular project. So without it, investors don't know what they are buying. So if you are buying the coin without a white paper, you don't know what you are buying. You are just buying as a result of hype or what people are saying. Okay, so that is it. And then another thing I also saw is that they say audit report coming soon. Okay, serious project usually get audit from companies like Cetic or Hacking. Okay, so launching a token without an audit is extremely risky, because that is going to be a third party review of your project. So whatever you are doing now, you are just telling people to trust your project from what you say, not from what third party is saying. Okay, so and another thing I also observe from the website is that it is extremely simple. Okay, so the website basically says buy token, connect wallets, earn rewards. So there's no technical documentation of this particular project. All right, so that is it. Another thing that I'm also concerned about is the claims. Okay, the claims. They claim that it is a hyper deflationary smart contract engineered for absolute scarcity. That is what they claim. But the actual use case of this particular project or coin is not clear. They did not actually state the actual use case. So real token usually power something like lending protocols, payment, governance, games, or infrastructures, but it is not dictated in this. And for the fact that they don't have a white paper, there is nowhere to check that out. So the only utility that I can see on this project is investing and recruiting. That is the only thing that is bringing money to the liquidity of this particular project, which is absolutely risky. Okay, and then another thing I also discover is that they have ROI. Okay, just like I showed you initially in the previous video, that they pay you daily ROI of 0.7% to 1%. Now let's calculate it. If you are earning 1% per day, that is going to give you 30% per month, which is equals to 365% per year. Let me tell you the truth, no financial system can sustain that. Even the biggest crypto exchanges like Binance or Coinbase cannot sustain that. They cannot generate such guaranteed daily profits. That is just the fact. And then they also have the MLM structure that I saw initially, where they say you can earn trade direct, 5 direct, 10 direct, and 15 direct. And the your income is on law based on referrals. This is classic multi-level marketing compensation structure. Okay, that is just the thing. So they from what I saw from that aspect, I can still tell you that the income is still based on recruiting new people. Okay, and then they have the rank systems also, where they talk about associate, analyst, manager, royal, imperial, crown, majestic, and regal. All these are typical MLM titles used in network marketing schemes. So that is it. and then they promise huge salaries like 18,750 dollars monthly, $50,000 monthly, $150,000 monthly, and $450,000 monthly. But there is no real product that can be generating that money. So where does the money come from? That is the question. Where does the money come from if you can be paying all these without giving us a solid product that generate the money? Is the money coming from new investors? Are you trading to earn such money? Even can your coin actually generate such money without users recruiting more users to deposit into the system? Okay, so if you cannot answer this question, then your project is having a Ponzi structure. Okay, now mathematically, let's test this system logically. Okay, let's test this system logically. If every user earn 1% per day, the platform must generate, let's say they have 1,000 users, that will be 1,000 users times $1,000. That is going to give you $1,000,000. All right, so if users, okay, let's say what if 1,000 users invest $1,000 each, and you get $1,000,000, and the daily payout is $10,000 per day. Where does that $10,000 come from? Where does the $10,000 come from? There are only two options here. Number one is trading profits, but they did not prove that they are trading. They did not even state that they are trading. Then another way that money will come is by recruiting new users. And for me, that is the only thing that I can see that is generating money for this system for now. So this means that the system depends on continuous recruitment. And if the system depends on continuous recruitment, that is a Ponzi model. Okay, so that is it. So for now we cannot still conclude because we still need to go on chain and do some analysis as well. So but from the homepage already, my major conclusion at this stage is that there is a guaranteed daily ROI. They have multi-level marketing referral structure. They don't have real utility because we haven't seen their white paper. Since they don't have white paper and they don't have audit report for us to see, maybe have some kind of review from other external entity, and the salary rank is unrealistic. So that is it. So the next investigation is going to be a blockchain forensic investigation. All right, so let's go straight to it. Okay, so let's go to the token holders tab. You can see that this is the contract address of this White Eagle project ending in B7F. And then if you go to the holders percentage, you can see that one wallet is holding over 99% of this token. So where are the users that are claiming that they are holding this token? Where are they holding it? Because from what I am seeing here, one user is holding 99% of this token, and it is valued at 104,908,299. Okay, so for me this is extremely suspicious. Okay, because that means that one wallet controls almost the entire supply of the token. That is just the fact. And this thing is dangerous because if a single wallet own 99% of supply, they can actually dump the tokens, control the token price, manipulate the market, and drain liquidity. A healthy crypto project usually looks like this. For instance, the holders should be in this format. The team should be holding like 10 to 20% of the token highest. All right, and then the liquidity should be around 20 to 40%, while the community will be holding about 40 to 60% of the token. That's how it is supposed to be. But here we are seeing the main wallet holding 99.4%. That is a centralized control. Yes, that is a centralized control. Even though it is a contract address, it is still a centralized control. So that means they claim that the majority of the users are holding the tokens is not true, because the token is being held by one wallet, and that wallet is holding about over 99.4% of that. Okay, so that is step number 1, which we've checked. And then on the second line, you can see a pancake swap V2 BSC USD White Eagle 5. That's the liquidity contract. And this contract is holding 27,084 White Eagle token. That is about 0.27% of the supply. All right, that means that almost no liquidity exists, because out of 100%, the liquidity is just 0.27%. So this means that even if the token price shows $10, it is misleading. You know, I see some person saying, oh, this coin is growing massively. You can see that the amount of the coin has increased from $3 to $8 to $10 and all that. I saw all those things, but it is misleading because the price is calculated from a tiny liquidity pool. You can see the liquidity pool out of over one okay, for instance, the one wallet holding about $104 million, but the liquidity pool is just 0.27%, and the value is around $292,000, while the main wallet, the first wallet holding 99%, is holding about 104 million. All right, so the money, that 10 dollars you are seeing, that amount you are seeing increasing, is misleading. It is just based on the tiny liquidity that they have. That is why you are seeing that huge pump of the token. Okay, so the owner wallet cannot sell huge amounts without crashing price. If the owner wallet decide, like this first wallet holding about 99% of the token, if he decide to sell, let me just say 20% of this token, you will see that this price, this amount, current price you are seeing, will crash drastically. That is why one wallet is holding the whole thing. So this one wallet can decide to crash the price to even $0.1 or $0.001 at any time, and there's nothing you can do about it. So this is a common tactic used in fake valuation tokens, and for me it is very, very wrong, and it is a very big red flag. Now, let's go to the transfer tab. You can see the transfer tab. And one thing I discovered in the transfer tab is that there is one wallet that is busy sending tokens to users. And that wallet is this wallet ending in 6EB. Alright, if you scroll down, you can see that it is this same wallet that is sending money from tokens to users, burning small amounts. You can see sometimes it will burn small amounts. You can see it sends to the dead wallet, which means burning, and sometimes it sends to users wallet also. So, and it is also the wallet in charge of distribution of the rewards, and this is a confirmation of something very important. The wallet is likely the system payout wallet that was sent to me, which matches the address they gave me earlier. All right, so but one thing you should know is that that same wallet is the wallet that is also holding about 99% of the supply. So the same entity controls everything. That is just the fact. So the same quantity is the same entity is the one controlling the whole movement that you are seeing in this particular project. Now, going to the code, you can see I just went to the code and I scroll down to ownable, and I discovered that there is an owner. There is an owner function in this particular code. I can see there are some functions that the owner can control, which is set dex pair or set whitelisted contract. This means that the owner can control who can buy the token. Are you getting it? The owner can control who can actually buy this particular token or not. So there is an owner function on this. So having a renounced ownership did not mean that there is still no owner function in the code, because I can see it here. And then in line 42, in this line 42, you can see something that looks like is whitelisted contract 2. Okay, see something like is whitelisted contract 2 to owner. And then at the end it says White Eagle only authorized contracts can buy for the first 3 years. What does this mean? This simply means that for the first 3 years only whitelisted addresses can buy the token. That means normal investors cannot freely buy. The owner decides who is allowed to buy. Okay, so that is it. And then in line 24, you can see something that looks like mint in brackets message dot sender 9,900,000. All right, and then the 10 decimals, meaning that the entire supply was minted to the deployer wallet. That explains that 99% holder wallet we saw initially. So the whole thing is still centralized on the deployer's wallet. Okay, so for me it is a very big risk to buy this coin for now. So that is it. There are some contradictions from what I can see on this code and what they are saying, because this what I'm seeing on this code is already contradicting the claims that the ownership is renounced. Meanwhile, the owner has some internal functions on the code. All right. The ownable functionality is already a direct negation of decentralization and renounce ownership claims. So but if we still go back again to read contract, I think in line 9 we can still see the renounce ownership. You can see that the renounce ownership is showing a dead wallet, which actually implies that the developer gave up direct control of the contract. Okay, normally this always means that the owner cannot change tags or mint new tokens or modify core contract functions. That is what this renounced ownership is saying. So technically the contract itself cannot be altered anymore. Okay, so this part of the claim is actually true, but the ownership renounce does not solve these problems. Even with renounced ownership, the project still has major structural risk. Number one is that 99% of the token supply is still being controlled. Okay, so the biggest holder wallet still owns 99.4% of the tokens. That means that the team can still dump the tokens, manipulate the price, and crash the market. Ownership renounce does not remove token control. I want you to always note that ownership renounce does not remove token control. And then another thing is that liquidity is also extremely small. Even with the renounced ownership, okay, let's say there is renounced ownership, liquidity is still extremely small. Liquidity on PancakeSwap is tiny, meaning price can easily be manipulated. Large holders cannot sell without crashing price. This is a common fake market cap tokens method. Okay, and then ROI system is also off chain. Their 0.7% to 1% daily ROI is not controlled by the contract, because I did not see it on anywhere in the code. Okay, I did not see it anywhere in the code. So if it is in the code, let the developers show me where it is, because I did not see it. So since it is off the code, it is likely handled by the website backend. So that means that they can actually stop withdrawals, manipulate balances, and freeze people's accounts. So ownership renown does not affect that particular aspect. So the owner still have access to your withdrawal, your deposit, and how you receive your ROI. Okay, so that is it. And then another thing is the MLM compensation plan. The compensation structure is a classic network marketing payout. The direct referral bonus, the rank levels, the income unlocking by recruitment. This structure usually means that new investors are the ones that are funding old investors. So having looked at all this from my blockchain analysis, from what we can see, the on-chain analysis and everything, the long term let's say for the long term of this project is, for me, is just 5%. the short term of this token is 30%, and the Ponzi structure and the collapse risk of this particular project is over 65%. So the most important evidence is the fact that one wallet is holding 99% of the token, and they can decide to sell it. Okay, if you decide to sell even 10% of it, the price will collapse instantly, very massively, and that is the very big structural weakness. So my advice to those who want to invest in this project is, if you want to invest, get ready to invest what you can afford to lose. If you don't invest what you can afford to lose, then get ready to cry, because when the project crashes, you will cry. Thank you. If you want to be getting more important information, updates, how to do your research, how to do your technical analysis and fundamental analysis, and how you can be making some good money from the crypto project, always check the description of this video, join our WhatsApp and Telegram group, and learn from us. Thank you.